Most of my videos are around how to get back with an ex, but in this one I'm gonna cover specifically the time right after the breakup, after your ex decided to break up with you, or maybe after you decided to break up with your ex. The idea is that most of the actions or most of the things you should be doing are counterintuitive, and therefore it's really dangerous to listen to your gut. So I'm gonna detail these 9 things. Obviously, I'm gonna do it in order of priority. And before I move on, just to remind you to subscribe to the channel, you'll make my day. We are growing. It's just amazing to see the numbers growing like that. Comment if you have any question, if you have any comment on the video, if you like it, if you don't like it. And finally, take the quiz. I put together a quiz just for you to know if you have any chance to get back with your ex. It's something I put together with psychologists. It's basically giving you a score, telling you your chance and some actions along the way. It's totally free. You have to just answer the assessment, and I left the link in the first comment of the video. So, first tip is to give them some space, and you'll see we're gonna look at Bridget Jones most of this presentation. Give them some space. The other person wanted to leave, and they told you, I need some space. Very often we hear that. So you have to accept this, and some or most of the breakups are because of a miss of communication or lack of communication. And so in that instance, if your ex tells you, I need some space, listen to them, accept what they're asking you to do, even though you feel that by giving them that space, you are basically telling them that they can go. It doesn't work like that. So do that radio silence. If you're not familiar with the radio silence, I've done plenty of video on that, but it's really the right action, the right thing to do right now. And also thinking about yourself, you would need time. You would need time to understand things. And this is why radio silence is also very important for you, as you're going to use that time to learn about yourself, to learn about your relationship, and to build yourself up. We're going to look at that a little bit later. Number 2, this awful feeling will pass. You feel really down, depressed right now. I get it. I've been through that in the past. It's just a question of the brain hate change. Our brains, they hate change. We hate moving houses. We hate things like that. And we hate breakup because it's a massive change in our life. There's also the fear of losing your ex forever. And sometimes you feel helpless. You feel like it's going to be like that forever. I'm not going to find anyone worth being with me. I'm not going to have any relationship anymore. And all these ideas is driven by your subconscious mind, fueling your fears and anxiety from that moment. Just relax. Remember, in 6 months' time, you'll see things completely differently because you'll have another perspective on things. You'll have grown. And remember, when you break an arm, it's really painful. And then down the line, you look back and say, okay, I recovered. It's going to be the same for relationship. You feel really bad right now. I'm not saying you should refrain from being sad and crying, but make sure that it doesn't last too long. I've got a friend who's like a little bit like Barney Stinson. She's like, okay, I'm going to be sad for 2 days. And after, I'm going to be awesome. And she was like completely letting go of her emotion for 2 days, crying, watching Netflix, binge watching stuff, silly stuff, eating ice cream, and so what. And day 3, she's like, okay, now I'm not depressed anymore. So let go of your emotion, but be really mindful not to let them go too long. Number 3 is to avoid sad music. It's a very precise tip, but it's something that I've seen and I see a lot of people doing it because all the music, all the songs are about love and about most of them about breakups. So by listening to that music, again, you're fueling that depression, you're fueling those bad emotions, and you always think that, oh, this music was for me, this music was for us. Try also to avoid watching things that you used to watch together, anything that could remind you of your ex, because it's going to fuel also those bad emotions. Right now, what you have to do is focus on yourself. We're going to look at that just after, actually, but really try to give that space for yourself to recover and move on. Not move on because you're not going to get back with your ex, because you have to move on from that situation, which is awful at the moment. Number 4, don't say bad things about the other person, about your ex, to your friends. And the reason I say that because most of people do that. You're super angry at your ex because they decided to break up with you. You had a great relationship, you were in love, madly in love, maybe you had projects and they broke everything, they tear everything apart. So our natural instinct is to be really mad at them, and when people ask them, how do you feel about your breakup, then most of the time we want to protect ourselves saying bad things about the other. But the thing is, very often we would regret because it's not the right way to approach. When I often say to my clients is to really be the rock, really be the person who's stable, who's a bit zen, regardless of the what the other says, what the other does, you have to be that elephant in the room, stable, ready to move, slowly but surely, having a clear plan. Because the thing is, if you say bad things about your ex to your friends, what happens when they come back? You're going to tell your friends, actually, I said that she was like this, but now we're together. And so be really careful about that, because otherwise, what's going to happen is that your friends will hate your ex. Number 5, make yourself a priority. You are the most important person right now. It's not your ex. It is you. And it is only by taking care of yourself that you're going to get back together. So take care of yourself. Treat yourself. Cook your favorite food. Be excited. Dress up. Go and see friends. Socialize. Be selfish. If there was things you couldn't do when you were in a couple, I don't know. I'm going to give you an example. Like watching football games every day. My wife hates that. So you can, do that, or watch silly things, or do silly stuff that your ex didn't really like you to do or didn't really want to share. So be selfish. Think about yourself right now. Treat yourself. But is this number 7. Do some sport, fitness. So the reason I say that is by doing some sport and being active, you release really good molecules in your body. Also, you can use that as a body revenge. So you can do 1 hour per day. I think what I would suggest to you is to have a routine, because this hour of sport every day is an hour where you focus on your body, not focusing your mind or attention on your ex. It's going to reduce your stress, obviously. So find what you prefer. Maybe it's intermittent fasting, maybe it's running, maybe it's swimming, maybe it's going at the gym, maybe it's like boxing. Try to find what gives you pleasure, and also where you can do it on a regular basis. Stop drinking alcohol. So I'm not saying like you shouldn't drink at all, but be really mindful about that. So on this one, just give you a bit of a background. When you drink, it does reduce anxiety. So it's proven that it has an effect on anxiety. It's going to reduce your anxiety level. But this anxiolytic effect, like any other drugs, your body will basically readjust your new anxiety levels. So in order to be relaxed, you'll have to drink again and again and again and again. And what you're going to chase for that moment of relaxation. So the idea is, if you drink to cope with that anxiety, what's going to happen is you're going to start to drink more regularly. It's going to be very hard for you to stop, because it's really, really addictive. So you're going to have, and the thing is, it's going to have a negative impact. So at the beginning, you have a good impact on your metabolism and anxiety, but over the long run, if you drink regularly, you're going to see disturbance in the hormones and the stress, and therefore you'll be worse than before. So it's be really, really, really mindful, because the cortisol is really a poison in your body if you drink a lot of alcohol. So be really sure to be moderate with your drinking. I'm not saying like you shouldn't drink. Maybe sometimes it's good to, get hammered one evening just to forget everything, but it's a bit like being down and depressed and cry. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it, but do it just once or twice, and that's it. Be really moderate. It's going to reduce your stress and anxiety, but think of the long-term consequences. Also, if you drink a lot, you're going to look less better, because your skin will be affected, your eyes will be affected, maybe your smell, things like that, your body if you're doing a lot of sports. So it's like really make sure that when you have that temptation to drink to cope with that situation. Think of yourself as, I want to treat myself, my body, this way or not? Number 8, meet new people. So go on Tinder, group of friends, hang out with people. I know this time is really difficult with COVID, but try to socialize as much as you can. Contact all friends from Facebook that you haven't spoken to in ages. But it's really important for you to be and see new people, be out there, be socialize and enjoy life, basically. Stop thinking about your ex, meet new people, hang out with friends, spend some good moments. Why don't you have that mindset of live your tomorrow like it's your last day on earth? It's a bit extreme, but like really have that mindset, like what do I want to do tomorrow? If I want to maximize my happiness, if I want to maximize being happy today, do these exciting things, not just watching Netflix. If it's your last day on earth, do you want to watch Netflix? Do you want to sit at home and play on or watch Facebook or Instagram? Or do you want to go, I don't know, see people at the park, go for a run, do exciting stuff, I don't know, go surfing, go whatever, go on the day trip in the countryside. Enjoy life, take care of yourself. It's so important, because if you don't do that, your ex will not come back. It is as simple as that. And the last one, maybe the most important one, get informed, take action. You're watching this video, so you're doing the right things. Because if you try to get back with your ex without any plan, without any knowing what to fix, without knowing exactly what you have to do, it's not going to work. So find people to help you out, read stuff, watch videos. If you want to have a chat with a relationship coach, get in touch with me. I left a link. You can have a chat with me for free. I basically provide you tips. Sometimes, one sentence can change everything. So get informed, work on yourself, and take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Bye.